what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. So like I promised, I am going to offer these two other junk journals for sale. So these are, if you've been kind of following me along with the Cigar Box Journal, I mentioned several times that the binding method was a new one for me, and I wanted to kind of practice it and try out a different, how I wanted to make sure it was going to work before I started messing with the cigar box. So anyway, so these are the two practice journals that I put together, and I loved the way that they came out, and I thought, well, these are kind of a perfect little pair, so I'm going to offer them as a pair of journals, and they're going to be available in my Etsy shop. In the description below, sorry, my brain just kind of went in a whole different tangent. I was trying to decide if I wanted to talk about the Etsy free shipping and all that stuff. I'm sure if you shop on Etsy or if you sell on Etsy, you certainly know about this, the Etsy free shipping. I think if I talk about that, it'll be in another video. But long story short, I'm going to stay where I'm at for right now, but I am working on building out my own website, which is something that I've been doing and wanting to kind of take off and do anyway for a long time. I just never have pulled the trigger because, Etsy's there. So anyway, I digress. Sorry about that. Okay, so the first one I made, I'm going to actually pull this one away. The first one I made was this little bitty, and I absolutely love this little journal. To be honest, it's kind of hard to let it go, but I know that I have enough journals and I'm not going to use it the way that someone else might love and use it. So I'm going to let someone else have this one. But it's small. It's like it's the size of my hand, and I don't have large hands. So I'll have all the I'm just getting my ruler here. I was going to say I'll have all the sizes and stuff in the description, or in my Etsy description. So 3 inches wide, and I feel like it's 5 inches tall. So this one's a 3x5. This other one is 4x6. So if that gives you an idea. So yeah, so as you can see, the way that I put this one together, I have the fabric from the spine on the outside of the cover, and then it's obviously sewn into the other spine. So this is the fabric that the signatures are connected to, because this is a hollow back binding. They're both hollow back and have a curved spine. But I don't know how well you can see it there, but so basically the spine fabric goes on the outside, and then the hollow back fabric goes on the inside, and I obviously glued both sides, and then poked a lot of holes by hand with a little pokey tool. All of this I poked by hand and through thick cardboard. My hand is in pain. It's a labor of love, so, whatever. But finished this with, I have this antique, it's kind of like wool thread, and I'm getting down to the end of it. Honestly, I might just keep it the way it is because it's pretty cool for decorating, but, yeah, so I don't honestly remember where I picked this up, but been using that, and I just love the color of it. So yeah, the covers of these were both Tim Holtz chipboard pieces, and on this one I finished the inside with it is Die Cuts with a View, DCWV. It's from their Old World stacks. If you've been scrapbooking for any amount of time, you will hopefully recognize this paper because it's been around for a long time, and actually that's where this is from too. And then this fabric on this spine is some Tim Holtz fabric actually too. It's like the Airmail collection. I don't know if it's a collection, but, and then on the edges of this one, I did in rose gold. What is that? Let me grab it. It's this by Finnabair. So it's metallic wax and in the color of rose gold. So that's what that is. All right, put that back. Okay, so let me just quickly flip through. These are leftover pages from the Cigar Box Journal. Both of these are completely undecorated. So they each have 5 signatures. So you got a whole lot of paper going on there. And this one is completely leftovers from the Cigar Box Journal. So here you can see this very first page is one of those yummy papers that had the metallic finish to it. So if you were hoping that you would get some of that, then here's your chance. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for the person that bought the Cigar Box Journal, she's going to get a great journal. But unfortunately, if you were hoping to get it, I'm sorry, she was pretty quick. So, yeah, there's some leftover other painted papers from excuse me, prior project as well. So that's got some gesso in it, some coffee dyed papers. Excuse me, my goodness, I got a frog in my throat all of a sudden. What I had kind of intended to use this for was, this is some drawing paper. It's just some white drawing paper. It's got a nice feel to it. I don't know how high quality it is, because I obviously wouldn't take a high quality writing sketch pad and tear it apart and make it into something like this. But I think it would be fun to use this little journal as like an art journal if that's what you wanted to do. Some coffee dyed music paper in here, and yeah, so I mean, it's really fun. But yeah, like I said, I was kind of thinking of using this as kind of like a little notebook slash sketchbook maybe, or a mini little art journal. You just throw some gesso onto here and go to town and decorate these little pages, and you could do a whole lot of fun things in here. So some of the pages flip out like this one, but yeah, like you can see, there's nothing fancy going on really, other than the painted papers and, you know, inked up papers that I had left over from the Cigar Box Journal project. To be honest with you, I love this little thing so much, I kind of feel like I need to make more of these. Like, maybe not with the Tim Holtz cover every time. Maybe I can come up with my own covers or do something like that. But these are fun little quick projects that I think it's a super useful little size. It's the perfect size to just throw into your purse and go. Keep it in your purse. It's not super bulky. I did, oh, and here's the back. I don't know how well I showed that. So the front and the back are obviously different. I got it in a pack where each of these pieces were 4 different designs. So that is what it is, I suppose. But I can't decide if I like this version better or this version. I guess maybe I decided I like this version because that's how I did the Cigar Box Journal. But I feel like this one is just as great. So I might do a combination of the two versions. But on this one, I just had this really lovely little piece of sari silk. So, you know, you gotta make it cute and add a little bow and stuff. So that is on this one. So this one was kind of more, I think, with the cover being like a public school grading report card kind of thing. I thought maybe this was lent itself more to the little flowery fabric. Oh my god. I haven't had coffee yet, so clearly I need to have some coffee. Alright, so here's this other one. This one I made quick like in the last day, and because I wanted to get that Cigar Box Journal finished. And it's basically kind of the same, where I did the outline of the spine, just decorative stitches, and then really the only difference here is this still has a hollow back spine. So here you go. And it's sort of curved. It's not as curved as the other one was. You could kind of help it curve a little bit more if you want. But instead of this outside spine fabric going here, I glued them both together and glued them to the inside of the spine and did some decorative stitching again. So basically the reason for that was I was trying to figure out how to not cover up as much of the front of the cover as I possibly could. So isn't it funny how my actual cigar box looks very similar to this faux cigar box? Like even the ripped off label, like my other actual authentic cigar box had a label very similar to this in the same color, and like, yeah, it's just really cool to me. So, and then here's the back side of this one. So, this was made to look like a really old book, and I just thought, what a cool idea to turn this one into sort of the same thing. And so, and then as you can see on the inside of this one, I took some of my quilted looking scrap paper spare pieces that I had used in the Cigar Box Journal, and I put those on. I need coffee, you guys. I put those on the front and back inside of this journal. So quickly I'll run through. This one does have some different papers. I ran out of the painted paper that's in here. The only thing I have left of the painted paper is like really small little thin strips, which I'll use probably for something like this or something else. But this one I put some of the fossil book pages in. I have some 6x6 paper pads that are kind of grungy and interesting looking. I took some coffee dyed book page and added some gesso to those, so those are in here. There's some of that same sheet music. There's some origami paper throughout here that's kind of like a travel theme. And then this is actually from that farm ledger that I recently purchased a couple weeks ago. So, and then some more of that same drawing paper that's in this other one over here. But yeah, so this one's just slightly different. Still has 5 signatures. Still does not have any decorating inside whatsoever, but so you'll see like this origami paper was also 6x6, so I folded some of them in a way that one side was wider than the other. So if this kind of thing, you could easily attach another piece of paper here, or maybe like a little envelope or something, and turn that into a little pocket, or you know, if you had a photo that you wanted to feature, you could attach it to this little piece and maybe like write a little bit of something there about the photo, and then that way this is a little bit wider. But again, I thought this would be a really fun maybe art journal. There's some I love this. I love the color of this. There's some fun pages like this that's got some design and you know, just interesting different textures and design. So, and then this is from another 6x6 pad that I have it's kind of the same feel as the origami paper. This is thinner. This is more of that origami, and this is slightly thicker, but I love the manila color of it. It's kind of really nice, just off-white color. And then this is from another book that I have. It's from a vintage book, but the book is about oh, that was a bad reveal. The back side of this one I had to cover because the picture wasn't the greatest, but there is some of this in here too. So as we go through, oh, and some more Tim Holtz paper as well. So yeah, so this will be a fun little book for whoever ends up with it. Yeah, so there's some stuff in there like that. I thought these kind of went a little bit better with the cigar box kind of cover theme. So some interesting stuff. throughout this journal as well. So as you can see, this side of it is a little bit wider. This one does have some more interactive pages like this. I think this one might be the most interactive of them all, but yeah, so just introducing some different papers. This is Vintage Ledger again. Here where we have, I was kind of thinking travel again on this journal as well, like maybe the person that had this was a traveler, and then this is just photos and different clippings from where they were traveling. This is from a book about piping systems, and so it's got some neat diagrams and just kind of industrial type looking stuff. So that's kind of thrown in throughout as well. I don't know that you need to see literally every page, so I'll kind of just quickly go through so that this doesn't get boring. But yeah, so this one's a fun one too. I didn't cover up the fossil stuff. I figured, you know, whoever gets this, if they don't want to have that, then they can do whatever they want. Otherwise, it's really great advertising, old advertising look too. So it's a fun little journal. So some shipping craft paper that I added some gesso to that on just the one side on that one, it looks like. Oh, here was another photo from that other book. So it says luxuriating on the lawn somewhere in New England, 1905. So that was kind of cool. And then on the back side I covered the printed just book type paragraphs with this coffee dyed music paper. So yeah, so this is a fun little journal. And like I said, I'll offer these as a set in my Etsy shop, and that link will be in the description box below if this is something you might be interested in having. And like I said, I like this one a lot. It's kind of got the coffee ring there. And I love this color. It is just gorgeous, isn't it? Stay tuned. I might be slowly migrating. Well, I will be eventually probably slowly migrating my Etsy shop into my own website or something. So for my repeat buyers, I will definitely keep you in the loop on all that. Don't expect it to happen super fast. I think you guys know how busy I can be, and I always say things and then I don't have time to like actually finish it all or as quickly as I'd hoped. But anyway, so here we go. This cute little journal set. I will probably do more like this. Maybe some bright colors, maybe some watercolor looking designs. I love the vintage look, but that's not the only thing I love. I love the modern stuff too. I think a Maggie Holmes style or crepe paper style journal like these would be super cute. So I could just totally see a bunch of different designs for this kind of thing. So anyway, hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you for all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying what I'm putting out here for you. And if you like this video, or if you want to support me a little bit, YouTube loves it when we get likes and comments. So I'm always excited to get comments and likes and all that good stuff. So, you know, got to plug myself a little bit. Sorry for that. But yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Bye.